All right, teammates. Hey, welcome back to the 67 Cyberspace Wing Chief's Corner. Chief Master Sergeant Lance Power, your gunslinger chief, and excited to connect with you here on this Chief's Corner. Really, this is a great opportunity to, be transparent in any of the anonymous feedback that we receive up at the wing. I've been in places in my career and just in life where, you get feedback and you're like, did they get that? Is anything going to happen? And it's really important to Colonel Kern and to me to make sure that we absolutely receive every feedback that comes, and we appreciate it. And sometimes there's good opportunity to be transparent in some of that feedback and kind of review it with you. And we think the Chief's Corner is a good way to do that. And maybe, we'll call it the mailbag. So, today we got a couple of items in the mailbag that we'd love to go over with you, to just kind of talk about, to let you know we've received it and then share some information with you on this Chief's Corner. So the first letter in the mailbag was regarding innovation. Specifically, it kind of refers to Colonel Kern's priority of driving mission innovation, which is huge in this wing. However, the member who submitted this feedback actually said they see the opposite. Wherever they're at in the wing, they didn't specify name or location, but wherever they're at, they feel like innovation is not happening. And times when they've sought out opportunities to be innovative, they felt like it didn't work out. So I just wanted to share with you maybe a different perspective that I can see in this wing. And honestly, this is probably one of the most innovative organizations I've been a part of. In fact, our recent UEI, the ACC IG inspectors, marked our ability to be innovative as a strength, as one of our 27 strengths that we had in the UEI. And they were pretty impressed, and I've been super impressed in my time in the 67th with our CI2, so our Continuous Innovation and Improvement, led by Mr. Bryce Hickey. But most notably, what the UEI inspectors caught, what happens in this wing that I'd love to share and kind of help make sure that is understood by everybody who watches this. Every idea, it could be submitted from anybody in the wing. We have over 3,000 gunslingers spread out across 10 geographical locations, but every single idea could be submitted and every single one will be addressed. So we have a Teams channel. If you go to the 67 Cyberspace Wing, we have a Teams channel called Crowdsourcing. So every gunslinger has the opportunity to submit an idea through the crowdsourcing tool that's on Teams. And then it's taken from Teams, and we actually take it over to our Jira site, which we use for project management. And that's an area where we can create basically a task for every single idea, and then we work it through a flow chart to find out if this idea needs to be resourced, does it need to be refined, is it something that we can immediately put in progress, or does it need more amplifying sort of data or information to kind of move forward, or if it's an idea that we can close out because it's already been accomplished, then we get that feedback to the member. But it's a pretty robust battle rhythm that we have in the wing. Every week on Wednesday, we have our weekly innovation and digital evolution action board. It's our idea board. And it's open to everybody, whether you're physically in Joint Base San Antonio and you're able to attend, or if you can log in through Teams. And every one of those ideas I talked about are addressed. But you could also show up to that meeting and bring up an idea there too. So I wanted to explain all that, because if you hadn't known, or if you're new to the wing, you didn't understand, all this is pretty awesome in the 67 Cyberspace Wing. Every gunslinger is valuable, and what we bring to the fight in terms of the value and our thoughts and our perspectives and the ideas that we have, every single one matters. So please know that if you submit an idea, it 100% aligns with Colonel Kern's priority of driving mission innovation, well, we want to hear about it. So please don't feel like we're not listening, because our ears are wide open. So also in the mailbag, just a great opportunity to address it. Got another anonymous feedback about our Wings writing guide. So I know when I came into the Wing 6 months ago, We were still excited to kind of learn about the new writing style in the Air Force. As we all know, we went from bullet statements to performance statements, changing to a narrative writing style. We use the enlisted performance brief and officer performance brief now, and our annual awards match that process and that change as well. So really just about 2 months ago, the wing updated its writing guide, and it was pushed out in October. However, I think maybe getting this feedback saying that the wing needs to communicate guidance on the upcoming annual awards program and how to write all the different types of awards and the criteria for them. It was a good reminder to us that we probably can't push that out enough. So we're going to get that out to the forces again to help amplify the processes that are explicitly laid out inside of the Wings admin writing guide. And the good thing about that writing guide is it's a living document. So if we find ways to improve it, change it for the better, we're all ears. In fact, we're working to add some additional grading criteria for if you're on an awards board and you're grading an awards package, some examples that will be in this writing guide to kind of help you sort of navigate through this pretty big change in our Air Force. But again, look for that to come out here real soon, again, just to kind of help ensure everybody received it. While we have you here on this Chief's Corner, it's not lost on us that, this is an important time of the year, the holiday season. We enjoy our time with our family, with our friends, and, sometimes we have, those moments in life where, we realize that not everybody is enjoying the holiday season, and maybe there's something that's impacting them or a challenge or a circumstance, and it's important to make sure we stay close to each other, we stay connected, and we support each other. But specifically to our resilience, one of the things I've heard, and Colonel Kerner and I have had a chance to travel around over the last few weeks to visit with all the gunslingers across the globe, and more often than not, the discussion on mental health and access to care comes up, and sometimes when I've had those conversations with gunslingers, we always kind of struggle to find examples of all the things we do to take care of ourselves before it gets to the point where you need clinical care. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to reemphasize what the Air Force came out with really not long ago, and it's called the spectrum of resilience. All right, so as you can see with the spectrum of resilience, there are 5 different pillars, and oftentimes, whenever Colonel Kern and I are getting a chance to connect with gunslingers, that last pillar all the way to the right is the one that comes up more often than not, access to clinical medical health care. And certainly that's a very important one, and across our nation and certainly in the military, there's just not enough mental health providers to the need that we all have. So this spectrum of resilience kind of helps us through this process, so that way there's steps that we can take before we get to that far end of the spectrum where we need the help of others, but beginning with ourselves. That first pillar talks about the things we can do, and this really ties in nicely with COMAC's Bridge Chat this month in December, where we talk about self-care, the things that we can do to kind of make ourselves more resilient. That way when we're in the situations where life and circumstances happen, that's not the time to build resiliency. It's all the things we can do ahead of that. One of the ways that we can do that in the 67 Cyberspace Wing is with the app called NeuroFlow. And if you're not familiar with NeuroFlow, it's an Air Force approved app that has been funded by 16th Air Force, and we've had gunslingers in our wing now for several months use this app. The information you can see on the screen is a way that you can download the app. And when you do, if you connect yourself to the 67 Cyberspace Wing, it'll be a great way for us to make sure you're covered with what this app can offer you. However, it's important to note that the chain of command leadership will not have access to individual data. This is all HIPAA compliant, privacy compliant, but it's a great daily maintenance that you can do for yourself. And I downloaded the app for myself and my family, and I've started going through the daily opportunities to journal. There's surveys I take on my mood for the day. Do I have any pain? Interestingly, I had a doctor's appointment with a chiropractor today, so I did the app before that appointment, so I had a little pain, but hopefully tomorrow, now that I've had my visit, I'll feel a little bit better. But it's a great way to just kind of assess where you are. And as you're going through the surveys, it gives you opportunities to read articles or watch videos or get really tools and wisdom on how you can navigate through day to day and the life that we live. And life is all about ups and downs. So NeuroFlow is connected to psychologists who kind of help you kind of focus in on areas that you may need to work on, over the course of a year of using this app. And the more use you get, the more surveys you take, the more assessments you accomplish on yourself. And when you journal, you actually get stars and points, and it all goes towards an opportunity to get gift cards and other things that the app supports. So it's just a great way to take care of yourself. Like I said, the kind of maintenance and the self-care that we need to do every single day, so that way we don't have to wait until maybe we need that clinical health care. Instead, we can kind of do things all throughout our day-to-day lives and kind of build that battle rhythm of the self-care every single day. So again, it's called NeuroFlow. If you haven't heard of it, please consider downloading it and using it and see if it could work for you. So far, I love it, and I'm grateful that we have it available to us. So Gunslingers, with that, we're super proud of you, super excited to wrap up 2023. What a year it's been. We can't wait until 2024 and all the exciting things that will come for Gunslinger Nation. Until then, have a happy, safe holiday season. Get some much needed downtime and rest, and we'll see you next year.